My grandmother, Ellen Pierce, was the toughest woman I've ever known. She worked as a nurse in a small coastal hospital in Maine for more than 30 years, through winter storms, power outages, and every kind of human suffering you could imagine. She was practical to the bone, never one for ghost stories or superstition, but there was one thing she never could explain away. It was a dream. She said it first came to her when she was a child growing up in Rockland during the tail end of the Great Depression. In it, she would find herself walking down a long, dim hallway, the kind with yellowed wallpaper and flickering lights, where every step echoed like she was walking through an old building that had been empty for years. She always said the same thing happened. She'd reach the end, turn left, and there'd be a door. She'd push it open, and that's where it always ended. She'd wake up drenched in sweat, heart pounding, never seeing what was beyond it. She had the dream her whole life. It would fade for a few months, then come back without warning. When she was working nights at the hospital, she used to joke that the dreams were just her brain replaying the hallways of the ICU. But even then, she said it always felt different, like a warning. When I was a kid, she'd tell me about it over coffee in her little kitchen, the old clock ticking above the stove and the smell of salt drifting in from the harbor. I used to ask her if she ever figured out what was behind that door. She'd just shake her head and say, "Maybe it's best I never do." She married my grandfather, Tom, in 1954. He was a mechanic, quiet but steady, the kind of man who could fix anything. They raised 2 kids, my father and my aunt, in a white clapboard house that overlooked the bay. By all accounts, they were happy, though life was never easy. Then came the summer of 1976. My dad was 15, my aunt 12. Money was tight, but they decided to take a family road trip down the coast, Maine to the Carolinas. They planned to see lighthouses, beaches, little seaside towns, a proper vacation for once. They made it as far as southern Massachusetts before deciding to stop for the night.